Hi there, everyone. That being said, we saw something really big just 6 days ago. Ripple said that they would be working together with DBS Bank and Franklin Templeton. And let me tell you, this was huge because we're talking about setting up repo markets that will use stable coins and tokenized security. We talked about this a lot and it was already a big deal. But here's the thing. One phrase stood out to me. It's getting easier for institutions to move forward. They said that 6 days ago. What do you know? That really did happen, so they weren't joking. I can only say that Ripple dropped what I call a bombshell on all of us. We've been guessing about this for months or even years, and it just came true. What are we really talking about here? Take a look at this. The news is fresh off the press, and it changes everything. How do you use RLUSD to get real-time liquidity for large assets? With our new partnership with Securitize, people who own BlackRock CK's Build and Vanks VBLL will be able to quickly trade their shares for RLUSD. This will protect their access to on-chain yield and other DEFI features. Securitize is also connecting to the XRP ledger to make the XRP environment more accessible and useful. This is how we're putting together the tools for a future that is more efficient, legal, and on-chain. To be honest, this is really huge. That's why this is so important. It's not just any company that Securize is. For years now, BlackRock, Morgan Stanley, and other big institutional investors have stood by them. We knew this was going to happen the whole time. Let me explain why this is such a big deal. To begin, tokenization systems have about $17 billion in assets right now. It may seem like a lot, but hear this. Over 399,000 people own them, and these platforms are getting ready to handle trillions of dollars as tokenization grows in the years to come. And can you guess who's in charge? Make it safer. Their base is linked to $3 billion, which puts them at the top. The money comes from BlackRock, Apollo, Van, and Hamilton Lane. Basically, a list of all the biggest names in finance. For a moment, let's talk about numbers. These will blow your mind. BlackRock just said that they are managing their investments for 2025. Are you all set? $2.5 quadrillion. You did hear that right. 3 billion with a T? There's more though. Morgan Stanley is in charge of $1.67 trillion in assets right now. Hamilton Lane has $947.7 billion, which is a lot of money. A trillion is very close to that. Apollo is in charge of $840 billion. Van, on the other hand, is tiny, but still handles about $12 billion. We're talking about more than $15 trillion when you add it all up. The best part is now here. These things are all going on-chain. How do I understand this? All of these companies have said in public that tokenization is the way of the future, and they all believe it. What's even more interesting is this. We've been keeping an eye on Securitize for a long time, trying to figure out how it's connected to Ripple. And today, we got our proof. Let me show you an interesting thing about Securitize's leaders. A managing director from BlackRock is on their board of directors, along with a number of other well-known people, including someone from Morgan Stanley. Their advisory group, on the other hand, really opened my eyes. People from the SEC, JP Morgan, Barclays, Google, the New York Commodities Exchange, the World Economic Forum, and Credential Securities are in the room. This is more than just amazing. The lineup of big names shows how linked and important this company really is. It's not just another business deal that we can make together. It's a clear sign that the traditional banking world is fully on board with tokenization and blockchain technology. And Ripple is right in the middle of it all, building the foundations for the future of banking. It gets better though. Look at this. You can see who is on Securitize's advice board right there. This is James Wallace from Ripple. Yes, we can also see IBM there. But James Wallace, this person has been on their board of advisors for a long time. This is the exact reason why we've been thinking for a long time about a Ripple Securitize relationship. Also, since we're talking about links, 𝗙𝗶VA is on this list too. Sense a pattern? This is because Ripple also announced a relationship with 𝗙𝗶VA not long ago, maybe not even 2 weeks ago. Please believe me when I say that the institutional shift is real and happening now. Wow, this advice board is really full of great people. Also, this is interesting. In fact, Ripple has been investing in Securitize the whole time. That's why James Wallace was on the advisory board. Ripple put money into us. It was making us all wonder when they were going to make this public. We now know the truth. When I say all of these names, I mean companies that have been official Ripple partners in the past, like MUFG, Nomura, and SBI back in 2020 or 2021. So this news was pretty much bound to happen. Today, let's look at what Securitize has to say about this partnership, since their public statement is pretty exciting. They are saying that RLUSD is Ripple's safe coin that has no use limit. As an added bonus, it is backed by USD deposits and short-term treasuries released under a trust charter from the New York Department of Financial Services. We're talking about following the rules very carefully here. Being able to handle over $740 million RLUSD is designed to be used by institutions. This is how it works. People who own qualified funds can use Securitize to trade build for RLUSD and VBUILD for RLUSD. Redstone DeFi oracles check each and every trade to make sure that $1 parity. It happens right away. It has a chain. It is controlled. The best part is now here. No need for off-ramps. With this integration, Build and VBuild users can do some amazing new things. More useful features, faster settlement, the ability to move funds within the same day, easier treasury management, and the ability to combine natively through both DeFi and traditional finance. This is just the start. This is the first time that RLUSD has been added to Securitize's website. There's more, though. Securitize is also connecting directly to the XRP platform to make it easier for more people to use and add new assets and uses to the whole XRP ecosystem. They said that now regulated assets with yield move with the speed and freedom of stablecoins. I was really interested in what their CEO said. Working with Ripple to add RLUSD to our tokenization system is a big step toward making it easier for tokenized assets to trade. They're realizing that tokenized banks are becoming an important part of the infrastructure of the crypto market. And with RLUSD, BUILD, and VBUILD can all move instantly and fully on-chain 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is truly amazing to see.